Okay, now we're going to make some very simple mash for the baby birds that are weaning, and also for the parents to feed their babies. So I'll take some of these nice sprouts that I've just sprouted here. I'm just going to make a small batch for sample. Usually I'll make up the whole thing. So we'll put about, I don't know, looks like about 1.5 cups of the sprouts in there. And then I use my rice cooker to cook up a mixture that I've put together. This is a little bit of brown rice, a little bit of millet, a little bit of quinoa. Sometimes I'll throw some cut oats in there. I vary the mixture, but basically it's just some grains that that I will steam up, which come out just very, very lovely in the rice cooker. The recipe is easy. It's 2 to 1, 2 parts water to 1 part of whatever grain you're putting in. Sometimes I'll put just a little bit less water so that it comes out a little bit more chewy rather than too soggy. Okay, and then I'll put about an equal part of this nice cooked soft millet and brown rice goodies in here. So I've got about equal parts. There we go. That's about right. And then I'm going to take some, this is a game bird starter or turkey starter. You get it at your local feed store. I used to use the egg powder for egg granules for canaries. It's called CD, but it's much, much more expensive. And this stuff is very cheap, and it has a lot of protein, and the birds really thrive on it. So this is about 1 cup then of the turkey starter. See that little grains there. You know, if you want to use instead, you want to use something expensive like Rowdy Bush, that's good too. It's just a lot more expensive. And then I'm going to put a few little additives in here. I've got some vitamin D. I'll just put a little bit in there. About 1/4 teaspoon per gallon. You don't want to overdo it on that, but it really helps them because my birds don't get a lot of sunshine. So even though in California they're breeding inside. I have some sweet germ oil. I'll put maybe a couple tablespoons of that in there. There we go, just a little bit. You don't want to make it greasy. And then the last ingredient here is some probiotics, which helps the little birds to fend off any intestinal problems. The adults will be eating it and feeding it to the young, so I'll put in about a teaspoon of that. And then I'll mix it together. Actually, in reality, I use my hands. Just mix it all together. And you don't have to, but I generally will warm it up just a little bit if the items are a little too cold. Just to take the chill of the refrigerator off, not to make it warm, because it'll sour too quickly. But there you have it. There's the mash for the weaning birds that are learning to eat on their own, and also for the parents that are feeding theirs. And I noticed that this doesn't go to waste. They just scarf it up. So it's a good recipe. I got it from my friend Dolores, and you know, if I have the time, I also will grind up some veggies and throw it in there. But this is the basic mash, and you can add anything to it. So there you go. Peggy's famous bird mash.